Good afternoon. Kind of a transitional day for us, like it is for the rest of the league. We got some necessary business, but in the meanwhile, we also have an opportunity to get some work done. And so that's what we did today with our guys. We came in and we chopped up the game tape this morning from our last performance. And we do that, routinely with one purpose in mind, for acknowledgement, for get better, because it allows us and helps us in plotting a course of action for this week. The tape is our guide in terms of our actions, in terms of how we prepare, in terms of the things we need to focus on with our work individually and collectively. And so that's what today was about for us. The on-field work was Steelers versus Steelers in nature, because we realize that it is about us. It's about the quality of what it is that we do. We realize we're leaning in on regular season ball now. But at the early stages of this year, man, it's not about who you play. It's about how you play. The level of understanding that you display, the amount of detail that you have, the quality of your technique relative to the position that you play. And so we pay respect to that approach by how we're working, Steelers versus Steelers, and a myriad of things that we do situationally, just in an effort to keep focusing on our game, our understanding, and our execution. So that's kind of where we are. We'll do similar things again tomorrow. Obviously, we're in the midst of roster cut downs, and we've done some. We still got some other moves to make. We're still exploring external options like everyone in the National Football League is. And so that's kind of just where we are. I'll pause and open it up for questions.
Mike, can you confirm that you traded for Malik Reed, and what does he do to help your team?
I can confirm it. He's an edge guy that provides good quality depth for us there. He's played a lot. He's played over 700 snaps the last 2 seasons. He was kind of the third guy that got elevated and played a lot in Denver because of circumstances, Chubb and others. And so he brings the type of experience that's helpful to us. We're excited about having him. He's young and experienced. He's 26. I talked to him this morning. He's excited about getting on this moving train and putting his hand in the pile along with the rest of us.
Mike, Sunday night you said you didn't want to make any knee-jerk statements, and you'd let us know at your leisure. Are you ready to name a starting quarterback?
No, I'm not. Yep.
Mike, did the O-line tape tell you anything?
It was better in some areas, but there's some things that continually need to be addressed, and not only that group, but all of us. We'll continually be a group in development. I'm not going to come in here in the next day or two saying we've solved our offensive line developmental issues. It is a process, individual and collective development. We got young people playing at that position. We got people that are new to us playing at that position, and it is the ultimate cohesion position, much like the secondary, where you got a bunch of people working together cooperatively. And so we're not looking for fast fixes. We're not searching for comfort. We're just simply rolling our sleeves up daily and working, and we understand that every time we step into a stadium, we get a chance to measure progress. And while we do that, we better win football games.
Like, there are things you can do to help the offensive line, play more tight ends, move the pocket. Do you put those things in, or do you wait and see if the guys you have can make adjustments?
That's ongoing. That's life. That's not anything earth-shattering or groundbreaking. We better do schematics to aid our personnel, whether it's the offensive line or any component of play. That's just appropriate professional coaching.
Mike, what you just said at the outset there about this time of year especially, it's not who you play, it's how you play. Was that particularly evident in week 1 last year against Buffalo? And is that something how you kind of feel is moving forward against Cincinnati this week?
I'm not targeting one specific, performance or game. That's just the totality of my career tells me that early on, man, you better focus on yourself and what it is that you do and the quality in which you do it. Because game's going to be determined by that more than anything else. As the road gets increasingly narrow and we all hone our skills and gain an understanding of the personalities of those that we compete against and our own personalities, that conversation gets more complex. But at the early stages, you better be focused on making sure that you know who you are, you're dividing the labor up appropriately, you have expertise in appropriate areas, and things of that nature.
Mike, Najee said after the game he was dealing with a Liz Frank sprain throughout training camp. How much of an issue was that, and how much does that factor into what you guys do at backup?
It's a non-issue. He was a full participant all last week and played in the game, and will continue to be. So that's in our rear view.
You have much recall on Reed from 2019, the draft process?
I just watch a lot of professional football tape, and obviously at 700-plus snaps the last 2 years, he's been on a lot of Denver tape, and so I'm familiar with his play, no doubt. I like his motor. He appears to be an attention to detail guy. He plays bigger than his measurables. He's got a nice inside long arm. He's capable of rushing from both sides. There's a lot that's attractive about his game.
Mike, this is an important year for Devin. What did you make?
It's an important year for all of us.
I understand that, but what have you seen from him during camp? Is there any progress that you've been looking for from him?
Yes.
In what areas?
All areas. You know, young guys, we expect them to grow continually. He's one, particularly because he missed a significant amount of time in the second year, and so it's reasonable to expect him to continually get better in all areas every day. And he's bringing that approach and that attitude, and we just got to keep the trajectory of it going.
Going back to Sunday's tape, you know, that 3rd and 12 draw play, called it painful after the game.
Or 17 or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. TA was really bothered by it when he talked to us today, too. When you went back and watched that, is there one thing you can pinpoint that you guys need to shore up on a play like that?
No, we were so bad in so many areas that I'd be remiss if I just pinpointed one.
Mike, are there any injury updates with Johnson or KZ or something?
No, there aren't. We're optimistic about their availability, and obviously we got a lot of time between now and September 11th, and so I think that's just the appropriate attitude to have.
What are the options that you have to replace KZ and some of the stuff you were using him with?
Man, we got a bunch of guys. You know, we got Arthur Millette, we got Trey Norwood. We got a bunch of versatile chess pieces in the secondary that allows us to do a lot of things and bring different skill sets. And obviously KZ was doing some really good things, but we had a lot of guys that are displaying versatility down in and down out in the back end.
Well, you're not ready to name a quarterback, but how close is that competition heading into this last week?
You know, who's to say it's not settled? I'm just not making any announcements because it's fruitless for us. We just got work ahead of us, and so that's not kind of on our agenda to make any announcements to feed the beast. We don't care about the beast.
Could that be a distraction at all to the team, though, or the quarterbacks themselves?
Not hardly.